What's going on? Play Game here, back with another Epic 7 video, and today we're going over a few preview items that they just dropped, and it looks like most, if not all of this, is dropping on October 27th. So with the new balance update, we are getting two new equipment sets that are going to be added to Epic 7. Now, they haven't released exactly where the equipment sets are going to be placed, so in what hunt. Hopefully it's not Wyvern, but they did say that they wanted every hunt to be fairly even when it comes to the amount of drops or different types of equipment sets that can drop. So who knows, but we are getting two new equipment sets that are going to be dropping on October 27th. You know, a lot of people have been saying that since Epic 7 is very, very similar to Summoner's War. If you haven't checked out Summoner's War, feel free to go look it up, but it was the game that inspired Epic 7. So there are a lot of similar things, the way that the game is set up, so on and so forth. But one of the main things that people are hoping that we don't get in Epic 7 that Summoner's War has is a specific type of set. So in Summoner's War, they're called runes, and you can pretty much equip different runes to your characters, and that gives them certain abilities or stat bonuses, kind of like gear sets in Epic 7, right? And so there is one that's called the Violent rune. And so the problem with the Violent runes are that they give you an extra turn. And so if you've ever played Summoner's War, I've seen gameplay of it, and it could be pretty devastating when you never get a turn and the opposing player gets 20 turns in a row. Okay, so the Violent rune gets an extra turn. There's a 22% chance to receive an extra turn when using any active skill. And so this is again in Summoner's War, but each turn has a 45% reduced chance of activation. So, you know, you do start with 22%, and then the next turn is a 12%, and then the next turn is a 6%, and then it keeps going down, right? And so it's supposed to make it somewhat fair so you don't proc. But what happens when you high roll every single proc, right? So it's one of those where it could go really, really bad really fast. So hopefully that's not something that we get in Epic 7. You know, they have a bunch of other runes. Some are like support, right, where your allies get defense buff, your allies get HP. There's ones where I think your allies get a barrier or increased attack, stuff like that. I think those would be fine. You know, we need more support stuff, especially since I think Cleave has kind of been dominating, right? There's been a push for aggro or Cleave styles or Cleave play in Epic 7. So we'll see. Let me know what you think is going to be added in the comment section below. But moving on, we are getting a slight preview of the new lab and raid improvements. So they did mention this back when they released that huge update with all those awesome rewards and updates. And they said that they were going to revamp the labyrinth. So let's see what they're planning to do. So we are going to get some just free rewards if you've already completed episode 1. If you are brand new and you haven't completed it, hey, you're going to be able to get some more rewards for doing that. So it looks like you're getting up to 80 Covenant bookmarks, which is pretty nice. That's a full 10 pull, right? That could go towards a new or upcoming limited rerun, right? Wink, wink. We'll talk about that here in a bit, but it looks like we are also getting some Labyrinth reward adjustments, and the progress is going to be reset for the Labyrinth. So make sure that you do it, or you try to complete your normal Labyrinth before I think the 27th update, because they did mention that they will be resetting some stuff. So it looks like that they are going to potentially adjust the difficulty and the rewards of all of the labyrinths. So the normal labyrinths and the entire progress is going to be reset, but they are letting us actually go back in and obtain all of the rewards again. So if you really wanted to do that, you could go in, obtain all of the rewards like the gold chests and stuff that give sky stones and that level 70 gear and stuff. I mean, it's not going to be useful, but I mean, if you are new, you get a chance at getting 2 sets of those, which can be pretty big when you're starting off. Raid Labyrinth Asmakalis revamp. So the Raid Asmakalis is going to get a revamp. So the normal and hell difficulties are going to be revamped through the October 27th update. And this is the one that is going to be closing early. So the normal and hell difficulties are going to be closed on the 27th update. And the hell difficulty will not be renewed until the server resets on November 1st. So if you haven't done it before then, if you haven't completed your hell raid, normal or hell raid, make sure that you do that. Otherwise, you won't be able to do it until November 11th. And for most of us, it resets, right? Like the gear resets every month. So if you haven't picked up your immunity chest or your speed sword, make sure you pick that up. But they are changing the gear as well that's available. So that raid set necklace is no longer going to be available. They're going to replace it with something else. So we'll see what new item they're going to add. Hopefully it's something good. I'm assuming it's either going to be like destruction, counter, or like crit, something like that, right? Something that people are actually going to buy or make it actually worth it. But who knows? We'll see. But moving on, we got one more thing to talk about, and that's a potential Tensura reincarnated as a slime collab rerun. So almost 1 year ago today, on October 28th, we got the Epic 7 slime collab. And with that, we got a few units. I'll put them up here on the screen. We got Milim, we got Shuna, and we got the main protagonist, right, RIMURU. So we did get 3 units with this collab. They did drop about a year ago. We were able to pull, I believe, RIMURU right away, and then I think Milim dropped after RIMURU. And then the free unit was Shuna, right? Shuna, nobody really used Shuna because her kit is really weird. So hopefully, if we do end up getting a rerun collaboration, she'll get some buffs. I think she needs some buffs or just a slight rework to her kit. But with the Guilty Gear collabs that we've had in the past, they've tended to add new characters almost every time they did the rerun. I think they didn't add a new character until though like the second rerun, or I think it was the second rerun, or the second year or third year, something like that. But it's highly possible that they add a new character this rerun. So if we do end up getting a rerun, I'm thinking that it's probably going to be 1 of 2 units if they were to add, right? And so let's take a look at what other games have received when they've done slime collab. So you'll see here that this one, it looks like they got Benimaru, right? Shion, and they've also got Milim and RIMURU, right? So it's been kind of like a trend. So I was looking it up and I was trying to find, okay, what have other games that have had collaborations with Epic 7? What characters have they gotten, right? Because more than likely we would probably get them too. And so, as much as I would want to get Shion, right? Because if you saw my video from when we got the slime collab teaser a year ago, that was like my top, right? My top unit, top waifu that I wanted from that collab. But we ended up getting the free unit Shuna instead, which is a feels bad. But you'll see here, Ragnarok, they received a slime collab, and they seem to have gotten Shion and Benimaru along with Shuna and RIMURU, right? So that seems to be the trend. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be 1 of the 2, right? Benimaru or Shion. Now, if we do get a new character, it's going to be rough for new players, right? So you'll see here, 7 Deadly Sins, they've also had a collab with Epic 7, and they only got 3 characters here. It looks like they got RIMURU, Benimaru, and Milim. Now we got Milim, we got RIMURU, but we're missing that Benimaru, right? So it's a high possibility that if we do get a new character, it could be Benimaru. That's I think who is most likely to be the new character. I keep seeing him popping up in all of these different collabs. It's either him or Shion, but I mostly see Benimaru, which, I mean, I'm not super excited about Benimaru. I mean, he's cool. He is pretty OP in the anime, but he reminds me of like Roy Mustang, right? Or Araminta, right? Like those units that deal insane amounts of damage. And we've already had that, right? We need something a little bit different. Now, Sino Alice has had a collab with Slime, and here they've actually gotten Shizu. So there's a slight possibility that we get another waifu, right? We have the potential to get Shizu, which could really fit Epic 7, right? In the gameplay of Epic 7, she's like a sword wielder, sword magic wielder, kind of like a Sermia, right? Vildred-esque type of unit. I could definitely see that. And Shion does fit kind of that playstyle as well, right? Like giant sword, kind of reminds me of like LQC in the way that she might play out, but we'll see. So hopefully if we do get a rerun collaboration event, we do get a new unit, because, you know, we need more collab units. I think that would be a lot of fun, but it is going to be rough for brand new players trying to pick up every single unit, especially because you got to pick up RIMURU, Milim, and a potential new collab unit. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. You know, do you think that we're going to have a rerun? If so, are we getting a new character? Who is on your priority list? So it is a high possibility that we get the rerun, or at least the teaser to the rerun, on the October 27th update. So make sure that you try to save all your resources for that potential rerun. If we do get one, I'm thinking that it's probably going to be Benimaru, but I'm down for a Shion or Shizu. Like always, if you have enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hey, think about subscribing. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people like you who like content like this. Like always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.